get past, qualify in for this tournament, and put up a really good fight against BLG a couple of different times. But definitely the amount of individual skill and talent for BLG is really, that's the bar you have to be able to surpass if you want to ride, right? You know, you have to be able to not get blasted. That, you know, Honky was winning this 1v1, but it hasn't been about it.
Oh, Bin with a sidestep on the public execution, but he misses the follow-up boulder toss. Xiaoshu still trying to get away here. Wallop also misses. Nice footwork there from Xiaoshu, making sure he doesn't get hit by those spells. If he does, it could have been a situation that potentially threatens lethal, as Bin still does have the flash, but Xiaoshu gets away. Now down the ultimate, though, and that's the only other way you could try to get on top of the Gnar with that flash not available. So this lane is going to continue to be an issue. Shun walking his way up. There was a large wave here at the turret. Xiaoshu trying to clear it out, but now here's your Dustbringer immediately into the tether. Shun taking the aggro for now. It's first blood over to Bin, and
look for the follow-up because there's no flash on because of that trade in mid. That's what they're trying to punish.
Okay, on level 5 now. Junja coming down with the Cataclysm available. Vampire starts off the dive, and On is already down. Kill goes over to Kagala as well as Viper tries to escape. Pops the clan, still has flash because of a turn kill. There on the Vampire, wants to make his way back underneath the turret, but it's not going to happen. Double kill for Gala.
And it's an interesting choice from Viper because clearly he's making the evaluation that I can't actually get out. So instead I'm going to turn, I'm going to fight, I'm going to try to get that kill. But both of the kills went to Gala, which is problematic. Vampire has TP'd up towards this top side and isn't looking for, he is looking for an angle. Now he just uses jump.
Yeah, Bin already using the Mega Gnar there onto Xiaoshu. Hits him with another boulder toss, but the public execution finds the mark this time, and Bin has reverted to mini form. Xiaoshu should have the damage. Vampire's rotation ends up paying some big dividends as Xiaoshu gets the kill onto Bin, but back in the mid lane, it's Hongq under pressure yet again, not only On.
That, well, there is Ambessa, there is Jarvan, there's all of this dive.
Okay, Chains of Corruption here on the bottom side. Lots of damage from Gala and Vampire. On tries to get away, bops the heel as the piercing arrow just barely doesn't have the distance. Gala gets caught by the Tempered Fate, and now Viper's looking for a little bit more. Nice timing there on the Frost Bomb plus the Rocket. Meanwhile, over in the mid lane, looks like we might have a little bit of a problem as junglers are showing up. Paranoia was already both top lanes. Xiaoshu does have the public execution. Remember that Mega Gnar was already committed just a moment ago. Knight also rotating over towards this fight, but it's Vampire going in for the headbutt pull. Tempered Fate to try to disengage it. Paranoia turns off the lights. Knight down to half HP, goes on a magical journey back through the wall, but now the re-engage coming out from Shun and Bin looking for Xiaoshu, who has to flash away. Flash out from Shun, dodging the combo from Junja, as now Bin gets stunned up, but he's not too worried about it. Junja's going to be your target here next, as BLG, they use the Shockwave. That's going to force the flash of the Jarvan here as well. We got some pretty big flashes.
Triforce, the Eclipse was that earlier item spike, but now we're coming in looking for a fight off that spike.
Okay, On throws the Tempered Fate on himself, expecting the public execution to maybe hit, but now there's your Knockwave on to 2. JDG's got to be careful. However, Shun might just die. No, Knight gets the kill on the Gala. Shun's still alive in the middle of everybody. Xiaoshu's going to be your target here next. Shun's still staying alive, but Junja gets him on the way out. On with the flash away, and Junja's going to die here next. It's a 3-for-1 for B. Nearby. The third Drake of the game has spawned. Their attention will likely be towards that area of the rift instead. And you can see Junja trying to clear out some of the vision here, but On and Knight are waiting. Shockwave beautifully pulls Junja back out of the combo, and now the Jarvan is stuck between a rock and a hard.
Is that I think has made him such a fun player to watch, but when he gets put this far down, it is very difficult because Bin plays the map so well.
Okay, On taking a little bit of fire here as Vampire, Junja, and Hongq again just trying to defend the entrance to their jungle, trying to defend this tier 1 turret that is barely holding on down here in bottom lane, but BLG wants to stop him. Nice engage coming out from Vampire, but the Tempered Fate again. It's On's board into the double binding right after, but Knight flashes away. He keeps his mid laner alive. On is doing great in game number 1. Junja flies over the wall and Knight finally dies. Hongq takes the kill, and that one's a shutdown. On has to try to escape now as Shun and Viper realize there's nothing they cost at the tier 2 turret top.
Even with a great play there from On, it didn't matter. Now Shun's going to get walked down.
Yeah, this is just a blunder from Shun, hanging around too long to look at the tier 1 turret dying. Now he's going to have to do it from the grave.
They're flashing out. He's just too confident.
Meanwhile, back to live. It's BLG going in for an invade yet again. The Paranoia is not even needed, but the Tempered Fate finds a second target. They already killed the jungler. Now they want the top laner as well, and BLG find 2.
The Shockwave is there to follow. We're back to live and On.
Yeah, he wanted to get some vision. He was thinking the Rift might have been safe enough, but unfortunately picking off the support randomly can not mean a whole lot, but here I feel like it can at least slow them down a bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Ben's going to make me a liar as he pushes into the enemy base. The flash away to try to escape from Xiaoshu as Shun takes a lot of damage.
Ate his lunch, Shun put him in the locker. They just won't leave him alone, even under the Nexus towers.
Oh man, now Jun just trying to get away, but again, this Jarvan is constantly the victim of the shockwaves. Gala with a defensive chains of corruption, but that doesn't matter. JDG, I don't really see a world where they can try to contest anything in open ground against BLG, as now it looks like On may have got caught. Honestly, this is huge for JDG. 30 seconds to go until that dragon spawns and the enemy support is down. Now Ben gets caught on the very edge of the public execution, has to flash away as he reverts to mini form, and JDG might have found the chance to grab this Mountain Soul. Can they make sure they maintain this control? However, Junja goes in. The follow-up is right there. Knight has to flash over the ball, trying to stay alive. Shun comes in, wanting to support his carries, create a little bit of space. The pressure is on, and now they've already found the kill into Gala. They try to reposition their jungler, but Junja falls as well. Shun still staying alive. Knight, Ben, and Viper all firing back, and this is Viper's moment. The Corki with the double kill, as Ben and Knight should have enough damage to take down Xiaoshu easily. HourMix goes after Viper, but the Corki is running and gunning and standing and fighting, and now HourMix's about to die too. He goes golden, but the gold is nothing but a trophy for BLG 4v5. They're staying alive.
It was a
JDG have held the line for a minute and 20 of that 2 minutes of the Baron, as now BLG continue their push, but there's the Paranoia into the dive with an Aquawave combo, and now the Gala's already dead. BLG have surely found their moment. Shun is gonna die though, as Vampire's creating space with Unbreakable Will. He finally falls. Xiaoshu's your next target. Ben hops in because he's got the Guardian Angel. He'll resurrect. Shun died, but he's the only one. HourMix tries to get away, but Viper does so much damage on the Corki, and that will do it. 5 for 1. BLG find the fight. They're going to eliminate the remainder of the JDG structures with a 16,000 gold lead almost by the time game 1 ends, and BLG